Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology. So after I share the video on Wing Chun is not Shaolin Wing Chun, not White Crane Wing Chun, not Tai Chi, not Mei, I have received many questions from our friends. Now, some of our Wing Chun friends asked me to share on the butterfly sword. And some of our Wing Chun friends asked me, how come I can know so much details on the ancient Wing Chuns and other arts? So tonight I'd like to share with you. First of all, I'm not covering the butterfly short stuff because it is not my goal here to present to you those weapon stuff. Weapons belongs to the law enforcement. And it is very easy to misuse those stuff. Like sometimes people thought that, oh, you know, I know this weapon, I have this weapon. Well, we ordinary people do not want to get close for that. There's an old Chinese or ancient Chinese saying, say that those who is good in swimming will die drowning. So in this channel, I will not talk about this weapon stuff. And also to our friend asking me, how come I know so much details and proficiency be able to show the details and so forth? Well, that is because my direction, my focus is not in fighting. It's not in I want to be number one or I want to be the grandmaster. My focus is in how can I learn this art? How can I be proficient in it? It never is like, I want to be number one. I want to be a grandmaster. I just want to know. And I want to learn the skill. I want to be proficient with it. That's why, because I focus that way, I can go to learn from many, many teachers. If I see somebody who good in a certain thing I like or I love, then I ask them to teach me. I learn from that. So that is focus on proficiency. You see, in General Chi Guang's writing, he is saying that one need to test the skill to know why is thing works or why is thing not working. What that is about proficiency. And in General Chi Guang's classic, he also said that testing the skill is not to boost up one's ego. In today's language, it is to find out why is this happen this way. So that is the path I'm taking. For example, we talk about the Wing Chun 1850s. Then I want to know, you know, what is it there? Why is it happen this way? How can I develop this thing? It's not about I want to beat you. I want to do this to you. I'm going to fight in the ring and be number one. I love to win. Not that. I just want to know what it is. And as soon as I know what it is, I share with you guys here, so everybody can get it. Like in past few days, I share on the Qigong in Chinese, the Chinese version of this channel. Somebody consider that as the top secret of the 6 healing sound. Once I got it, I share it to everybody. And so hopefully everybody be able to get it and be able to proficient with it, so that this has become a constructive stuff. So that is how I look at things. And I follow what General Chi Guang is teaching, right, in the classic. If you look at in the Shaolin Sword Strike Classic, there is also the way how it was taught. It's not boasting about things. Now, many people like to link Lam, like martial art with Zen, Zen Buddhism, Zen. Well, actually, if one take the martial art of competitions and all, I'm number one, it is actually not Zen at all. It is completely opposite. Why? If you go to read the 6 Patriarch Sutta, which is the Zen Sutta, inside there it tells you, there's a stanza there, it tells you that fighting is the thought of victory and defeat. It is contrary to the Tao, or the awakening. It is contrary to the way of awakening. Fighting gives rise to the mind of discriminations. How can one attain or obtain samadhi with those type of mindsets? So in Zen, fighting, I'm number one, I'm the best fighter, is no. And if somebody talking about, I can use this technique to hurt this guy, or that technique to hurt that guy, like today you can see that in a lot of this competition, they use this technique and that techniques to knock out people, those things. Those are actually is in a real Zen Buddhism, it is against the or violating the precepts, or violating the sila. So even the Zen monk who have the kung fu, the proficiency in martial arts, they are not going to do that. Okay. The real tools a Zen monk using is the 4 unlimited minds, which is kindness, compassionate, joy, and equanimity. 4. Not those I fight you, I can beat you, I am number one, my kung fu in the best of the world, or the best in China. Not those. Okay? Those are not Zen at all. Those are not Buddhism at all. Those are not the teaching of the Zen monk, or the martial Zen monk. Monk will teach you the kindness, compassionate, joy, and equanimity, because those are things get us out of trouble. So this is how it is. So for me, I can make it open to everybody in this world. I love to know how things can be proficient. I love to learn that. And in fact, I'm proficient in many things. That's why I can walk my talk. I can talk my walk. Like in Qigong, in all these ancient arts and so forth. Not that I'm good, no. It is just because my focus is in proficiency. We know the what, why, how, and be proficiency with it. Sure, when I was young, I compete too. Well, but those things is burning. It's a burning heart there. It turns against even school brothers because I want to be better than you. And as soon as you think that way, like the Zen saying, fighting is the thought of victory and defeat. As soon as you think victory and defeat, you have no peace in mind. And the learning become just a type of burning feeling of anger and hatred and all those sort of stuff. That's not peace. And does one even have peace even if one get that skill? No, they won't. Because they're keeping thinking about beating people. Number one, aggressive. Did they get any real skill? Not necessary. You look at those who compete. Well, I pay my price with this, right? With this arm, right? It's a broken thing, right? See this? In all those full contact competitions, look at those who play grappling. How many get stroke? And this is a lifetime. You got to pay that price. So not everybody thinking about, oh, you look at this advertisement. And of course, everything today is you're going to show the best, the glory, the everything. But how many people in any martial arts school can be number one? And how many people is burning in that hatred, that anger, that victory and defeat? How many? Look around. Look around for past 60 years. Is it true that everybody can live in peaceful, develop the proficiency, the skill, and helping each other to get better and better with a peace of mind? Or school brother turn against each other, and then student against their teacher, all sort of stuff. So that's why I decided year ago, I don't want to be in that. And of course, my teacher in Buddhism is pushing me towards that. Hey, if you love something, like you love music, you can go study different type of music to get proficiency from different experts who proficient in the music. And that type of life, I like it better. So that's the reason why I know all this stuff. So there's no boundary for me to go learning, to study. But again, I'm not going to go into like the weapon, how to hurt people, and all those stuff. Because I'm not into law enforcement or military. It's a very different world, you know, for the people who serve us, who protect us, like the police, the army, who protect the country. Those, they have a different type of living, and we don't want to play their role. We are not. For me, to investigate, to share with people so everybody can live better, that is my goal. So whatever I know, as in this channel, I share with you guys, right? This thing, and in the incoming, restricting Wing Chun, you will see there are many things which you might even not imagine that thing exists, and it is using that thing one be able to become proficient. It's like in the Wing Chun matrix. If you use that technology, you can get Xing Qi to Dan Tian within hours. Yes, Xing Qi to Dan Tian. And you can be proficient with it, you use it every day. So as soon as I know something, because I'm an engineer, I be able to actually clearly present the process, and everybody be able to do it. I feel much happier than I just be a grandmaster of the world or this and that and that. And of course, like about I think last week in one of the video conference, one of our friends said, you know, Hendrik, you're just teaching everybody this for free, well, this is the secret. Well, what secret? There's no secret. The ancient do not make it a secret either. The ancient is make it open. But as in the Zen saying, fighting is the heart of, or the mind of the defeat and victory. That is opposite of the Tao. If we have the mind of those fighting and competing one to be number one, we will not see what in front of our eyes. You look at it, the Shaolin Short Strike Classic, isn't it? It is in front of our eyes. Many people have their books, but for past 60 years, how many people read it? How many people want to really comprehend and be proficient with what is described inside there? Or we don't. We just want to be number one. We want to be the grandmaster. And end up 60 years later, we don't even know 5% of what is in that classic, where the ancestor, the Shaolin ancestor, lay everything clearly for us. And that what they lay down actually is accord with today's sports science. So this is to share with you. My directions is to be proficient, to develop the skill. And it is fun. It's like playing music, playing piano, playing violins. Whether how good one is, just ask oneself, how proficient one is it? There's no point, no need to fight anybody. As what I shared a few days ago. There's no need to fight Xu Xiaodong. Just look into our system. What do we have in our system in terms of training? What type of training do we have? How proficient will we be able to get out from that training? We know right away. So it is not them, it's not Xi Xiaodong, it is us. Do we know what we are doing? So this is to share with you. Again, you know, all those grandmaster, those study with us, those are just empty. It doesn't mean much. Why? Again, my question for everybody. The Shaolin Short Strike Classic is always there since 1784. How many read it? How many read it? So, do we want to spend our time in, I want to be number one, I want to study the secret techniques so I can damage you and all those stuff? Or I want to be proficient in this skill, and I can keep learning, and I can keep be happy because I can keep learning, my skill get more and more, and become more and more proficient, and I can learn from many people. Not everybody is my enemy or I compete with, but I can learn from everybody. Everybody can be friend. So that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm focused into.